Hello everybody, this is Ali from Energy Approach. Well, what is Energy Approach? Well, it all started for me 18 years ago. I should say 19 years ago, when my grandmother was diagnosed with something so severe, already very late. But the doctor said, well, we'll start this procedure, but we may just be able to buy her a little more time, that's all. After about a year into the procedures, hey, by the way, she was following everything to the very letter. Still, the doctor said, hey, unfortunately, doesn't even have 6 months left to her life. So we thought at that point, either we give this a try today, or perhaps we have to live our lives thinking, what if we had tried that out? Even if it is just going to be the effective placebo, well then so be it, we thought. We did that workshop over a weekend, came back home, we noticed, it kind of feels like there are some blockages, well, because that's what happens, because, well, all of us have that ability. So what happens is that you will be able to remove some of the blockages and be able to help the energy body to be able to provide better energy to all parts of the body. You'll be able to provide the energy body some extra support, because in certain cases, the body needs a little bit of help, of course, in order to be able to heal itself. So that is all about this. About a month later, she would actually feel, whenever that we were working on her energy, she would be able to walk to the toilet, this time not having to stand and wait and hold the wall in order to catch her breath again before continuing her journey to the toilet, which was just 10 meters away. She could walk to the toilet, she could take the stairs with much less problems. After 4 months, the doctors told us the great news. Hey guys, there has been a miracle for her case. I do not know how to describe this, but there has been a miracle. Whatever it is that you're doing, just keep doing that. Right? Now, the thing is, even after 18 years of such practice, of such service, we do get so excited whenever that we hear similar things about any of our clients. Either they're suffering from some kind of psychological issues, some emotional issues, or some from physical issues, right? It's just so exciting when you actually hear such news. I would like to share with you 2 points today. One of them is that healing can be preventative. What does this mean? There are different energy centers in our body. Let me give you the example of only one of these energy centers. If it is not working properly, it could actually manifest itself as depression, suicidal tendencies, as lack of ability of the body to regulate its certain very, very vital functions. And if that vital functions go out of proportion, then there could just be some devastating results in the body, all right? So it's just like, really, it is just like more than 100 types of disease that could actually come out of problems with this particular chakra. Right, now, the thing is, if you learn how to work with energy centers today, and if you do regular healings on yourself and your loved ones, healing can be preventative. There's no guarantee, everybody's conditions is just so different. But anyways, either you learn how to do it yourself, right, by participating in a workshop, for example, or you can receive healing for yourself, for your parents, for your loved ones, whoever, right? It could just as well be a birthday gift, right? Let's say 1 month healing, because healing can be preventative. Now, my second point, and this is the last point for this video, is our brain cells have certain energies. Let's say my brain cells are lacking the first type of energy, and if that is lacking, then the result is I'm going to be thinking, well, I have given this issue a lot of thought, or enough thought. Now I think this is the wise thing to do. And I go ahead and I say that thing, or I write that email, or I say those words, or I take that action. And what happens is that later on, very soon, I would just notice, oops, I was just so gullible. I just got deceived, or I have some self-deception. This first type of energy is called light. Light is not just something esoteric out there. It is right here. It is in between the cells of our brain. And today, there is a very simple practice that we do practice here every single day. In this practice, you would basically offer some of the blockages that you have, some of the weaknesses that you have, and instead you'll be requesting for light. And light is from universe. Some people call it God. Light. There's only one source, you see. So different people call it different names, and then they start fighting over it. Well, The second type of energy, if this one is lacking, then guys, we may be sitting here thinking, well, I am giving so much of love and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, but not receiving it back, or like, I do not have this or that in my life. The thing is, do we have that more pure aspect of that type of energy? Because if that is lacking, it may be that for a number of years I give so much to a group of people or to somebody specific in order to receive something back. That is very human. Well, as a human, we do expect something to come back. As a farmer does some planting, they have all the right in the world in order to be able to expect some kind of results. However, it may be that something happens to the farm and it does devastate all the crops. All right, now, anyways, I'm talking about that type of energy which is needed in order to be able to have a healthier garden in our lives. And this also is covered in the same 5-minute practice that you guys can learn if you join today. This energy of love is very, very special. It is not love so that. It is not love for. No, it is love beyond. It is unconditional love. It is not in order to get acceptance, or get approval, or get something back. It is something very different. It would set you free. This type of energy is very, very miraculous. The third energy, which is lacking, and if this one is lacking, it would give me a situation where I may have a lot of ideas, be able to maybe share my startup ideas with this person, that person. Well, nobody knows how good they are, but anyways, maybe you've also been in a situation where there's a lot of ideas in me. There's a lot of love also, like at least there's a lot of caring. I do care about other people. That's how I feel it. But then I cannot take an action. And if that is so, then the third type of energy is lacking. Why each of these energies could be lacking, that is something that you may have a better idea about, right? But as you get to work through this 5-minute practice, you'll be downloading what is new, what is fresh, what is of healing ability or healing quality, and then immediately you can put it in practice, because then it's very fresh, it is very malleable. You just get formable again, right? You can just be reformed again. You can just restructure yourself. You can rewrite yourself. And if you do this on a regular basis, my friend, like myself, when I learned this some years back, I've never been able to put this down, because this is just amazing. It's just 5 minutes, guys. You can just do this when you're there waiting at a bus stop, or you just basically, doing whatever, right? So check out the links in our bio and drop us a message if you would like to receive any kind of help, either for an existing issue or maybe in order to be able to better prevent a certain thing. Now, but more than that, these sessions, which I just mentioned, guys, they're completely free of charge. Every single person, or married person, that's not what I mean by single, is more than welcome in order to join these sessions. We count on the seconds to be able to see you guys. Thank you very much and have a good day.